Hey guys, welcome to Clean Voice episode 3. It's good to have you guys back, and today we're here with Mr. Mike Tope from ABC Fullerton Vacuum and Sewing right here in Fullerton, California. So welcome to the episode, Mike.
Thanks, nice to be here. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Now, just so everybody at home knows, this is a long-time establishment, janitorial supply store, but you do a little bit more than just janitorial supplies. So why don't you maybe share some information on what are the things that you guys specialize in?
All right. Well, I started in this business about 40 years ago. I was once young. I came to work here in this spot with vacuum cleaners, sewing machines, sales and service. And 13 years later, I ended up owning the business. About 15 years ago, I started selling janitorial cleaning supplies, microfiber mops, chemicals, things of that nature. And I just expanded from there, selling quality products to residential, industrial customers.
Wow, amazing. You do a lot of things here, and you've been doing it for how many years?
40 years.
40 years. So, Mike, you're well-spoken, you're a professional guy. I'm sure somebody coming up to you at 20 years old could say, hey, Mike, you could do anything that you want. Why did you specifically choose janitorial supply?
Well, about 15 years ago, a friend of mine in Nevada said I should get into the janitorial cleaning supply industry because it would be a good fit. I was already selling and servicing vacuums. I was already helping people clean their houses. Why not go further and help them clean their floors, their walls, their natural stone, their showers, their faucets? Why not? Great fit. And I agreed. And he helped me out, spoon-fed me for a while, helping me with his buying power so that I could be competitive, of course. And it started out a little bit rocky because it was new, a little bit of a learning curve for me, understanding the pH scale, understanding natural stone, different surfaces, but that came fairly quick, and I've never looked back.
And I just want to focus on that one point that you mentioned about that friend that was assisting you in the business to kind of get your foot through the door. Could you speak a little bit more to the value that consultants, professional consultants with a lot of experience, and what they bring to the table for individuals like yourself?
Sure. Mark at Mark Service Center in Pro Nevada, without him, without his support, without his knowledge, I wouldn't have brought in janitorial cleaning supplies. Again, I wouldn't have had the buying power. I wouldn't have known what to buy. I needed help. I guess that's where networking comes in, and making friends with other people in the industry or industries. They're not the enemy. Most folks that own businesses are friendly, and they're willing to help, generally speaking. He's obviously far enough away I could never affect his sales anyway. But his knowledge, he'd been in the janitorial cleaning supply industry for 40 years back then, so very, very, very knowledgeable. And highly important to have somebody who knows the business, and you can avoid a lot of pitfalls, right? Because somebody's already been there and done it. Yeah, so it was a really great thing.
And the cleaning industry by no means is a cakewalk industry to work in.
It's fact.
Right? It's fact. Now, that being said, with a global pandemic hitting right in March 2020, we've had this conversation with a lot of janitorial supply stores, and everybody's answer seems to be a little bit different. Everybody's approach and response to it has been different. So could you maybe speak a little bit more to what your initial feelings were with the pandemic, and what was your response, I guess, to the duration of it?
Well, initial feeling was, oh my gosh, are they going to shut me down? First thing, right? Am I going to be able to go to work? I quickly found out, because I'm a vacuum cleaner store, sewing machine store, I found out that if I sold gloves and disinfectant, that I was an essential business. Without those two, I was not an essential business. So look at that tip from Mark 15 years ago getting into this. It kept my doors open that whole year. Critical.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So maybe could you speak to a few other challenges outside of the initial hit of the pandemic? How about in year 1, year 2?
Supply chain issues. Yeah, people were coming through the door and they wanted disinfectant, but sometimes I would run out and there'd be a space of time where I wouldn't have anything. Luckily, I had connections through my networking. We talked about having friends. They pulled strings, and I was able to get resupplied fairly quickly, so I wasn't out of product. Very important.
Excellent. So not only are you utilizing your network, but how about the team in-house? Could you maybe speak to a little bit more about that? Because we know that you've been here for 40 years. Are you here by yourself, Mike, or do you have a team?
My son and I run the place, and we each have our own duties, our separate duties. He handles the internet portion. He also works up front and does sales, does repairs, and we do the bookkeeping and all the old man stuff. But it's a good fit. We work well together, and it does take two of us to run a business for sure. This is not a one-man show. It takes two.
Exactly. So like Mike said, 40 years in the business, family business. We have Mike and Mike Jr. Helping out with the business as well. You know, this is a team, family effort, and they've gone through more ups and downs than we could imagine. So big ups to the family business here in Fullerton, California. So that being said, Mike, you know, regarding the challenges that you faced during this pandemic, how are some ways that you were able to utilize what you have here locally in the community to overcome some of these challenges?
Well, being here these many decades, building relationships with customers, a very well-respected reputation, very important. Keeps folks coming through that door and doing business here. Keeps them from going to the internet because they know, hey, Mike's been there, Mike's always taken care of me. Let's go into the brick and mortar store, let's give him business. He's friendly, helpful, priced fairly. Every reason you'd want to do business with a brick and mortar versus sitting down at night and running a bunch of keys on the computer.
Just swiping through
Correct.
Amazon, and
Yeah.
you know, it could be 2-3 seconds. They feel they can get what they want, but you know, if you could highlight the difference in walking through that brick and mortar versus the commodity and looking at online stores and just clicking add to cart.
When you come in here, obviously you get me or my son. You get knowledgeable, friendly help with advice. Some people come in and I feel sometimes I'm like a bartender. People tell me their whole life story and we listen. But they're my customers, you know. God bless my customers. We love them. And it's the personal aspect. If you have a problem, you don't have a problem because we take care of it. Sometimes right then and there, you can't really do that on the internet. You're boxing it up. You know what you got to go through. Nobody likes that. There's a big benefit coming into a brick and mortar store and having personal help, not to do with knowledge, but with physical things. Something happens, we make it right now. No shipping anything.
I love it. And really, that speaks to just the advantages of having a long-time business in the community and really developing those personal relationships over a long period of time.
Absolutely.
It really provides that foundation for businesses in, you would say, storms that come, right? Industry storms.
Absolutely.
So thank you for providing those reasons for and how you overcame some of those challenges. So, Mike, if you could maybe part our audiences with some advice coming straight from Mike, from a longtime business owner in the janitorial supply industry. If somebody was a professional cleaner, or maybe they're thinking about getting into the janitorial supply business, what could be some advice that you would impart to them?
Knowledge and networking. Knowledge of the industry, and I was helped out through my networking. We had talked about that earlier. I was spoon-fed knowledge. I was given papers to read from different manufacturers. I learned the pH scale from that paperwork from my buddy in Nevada. he was the shell answer man for me for quite some time. Because you run up to things early on, you don't really know what the answer is, but independent businessman doesn't say, I don't know. He investigates, he finds the answer, and he delivers the answer to the customer. Handling a great product line that does what you say it does. I try never to overpromise, I want to over-deliver for customer satisfaction. When we make customers happy with our products and our knowledge, then they tell their family, they tell their friends, and it kind of snowballs is what it does. It really does snowball. But you need to load yourself up with as much knowledge as possible to be able to be in this business.
So just to recap your answers there, Mike, knowledge is so important in terms of accumulating industry knowledge about different product lines, figuring out what you need in order to make an impact for your customers. Second is developing that network, right? Establishing good friendships and those that have been in the industry with a lot of experience to kind of help sustain you through the different storms of the industry. And third is really finding that product, right?
Absolutely.
Holding those products and making sure you know them so that you can continue to provide those valuable products to the community and your customer base.
Absolutely.
So this experience that you've shared with us today is really invaluable. 40 years of experience, really. We just scratched the surface, of the things that you've gone through, Mike. So thank you so much for sharing that with our audiences today and giving us really this personal time with you, Mike. We know how busy you are, so we thank you for the privilege.
Oh, you're welcome. This was a pleasure. Thank you.
So there it is, guys. Clean Voice episode 3 with the great Mr. Mike Tope at ABC Fullerton Vacuum and Sewing right here in beautiful Fullerton, California. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.